This face belongs on the tizzy.
You know who it is, you know what it is. I'm your host, Billy D. Brown, aka Mr. Talk It, aka the voice box of the culture, man. We're rolling back around with another installment of Talk Your Talk. Today, I'm gonna let the man introduce himself. Talk Your Talk.
Hey, it's NONY1, the one and only, you feel me? Straight out of Athens, GA.
Man, I'm glad you slid by here, man, to talk your talk with me, man. You know, one of the purposes of me doing this, man, is to bring the spotlight, bring the shine, man, to a lot of guys who got a lot of positive things going, man. Interesting character, man.
But I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for having a platform and reaching out to give us this opportunity to get our voice heard, man.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. Well, let's start it out with this, man. What was your introduction to the hip-hop culture?
Ooh-wee. Well, you come in heavy, don't you?
Talk your talk.
Alright, so, man, as far back as I can remember, though, like straight up, I grew up in, you know, the average black household. You know, music is so influential, it's everywhere. And, you know, I ain't trying to give, you know, my age away, but, you know, I came up with some solid music.
Right.
I mean, like,
talk your talk.
Yeah, I came up with some solid music, and I grew with the music scene as well. So, but man, it's like in my blood. So I think like from birth, like I was introduced to it from birth, like it.
Right.
You know, you might hear that from me a lot tonight, cause like that hip hop is in me.
Right. So all that kind of tie into my next question. I was gonna ask you what made you want to become a rapper yourself.
Yeah, it was like the first time I heard a song like with rapping in it. It just kind of like, I think it was like Escape or something, and it was a rap verse on there, and I was like, oh, I like that. Like, I like how it made me feel. You know what I'm saying? And I used to like look up lyrics for songs.
Okay, I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would write the lyrics down so I could learn them.
Yep.
Yeah, man, that was a thing.
Yeah.
I loved it, but yeah, that was yeah, for me.
Let me get some of your musical influences also.
Okay, shoot, ain't gotta be no specific.
Nah, however you want to talk.
Okay.
Talk your talk, man.
Alright, so yeah, definitely UGK. Man, who else we got? Outkast for sure. Like Andre 3K is my guy. Andre 3K, if it's ever reach you, let's do it.
Talk your talk.
Like, let's do it. If it ever reach you, let's do it. Man, who else? Let's go. Of course, Tupac. Like, you know, Tennessee, hit him heat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to be the greatest lyricist, but he impacted our world for generations to come. Like some of the stuff he spoke about in his music, we're dealing with in real time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Prophetic stuff.
Yeah. And I like to consider myself like, you know, a bit prophetic when I write and record my music. And Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, yeah, like those are I could go on like for real.
Right.
But those are the ones who I would say kind of carved me out as as an artist myself.
Okay. Well, also I want to speak on your creating process. Like what's your creating process as far as when you sit down and you get ready to talk your talk on wax or put your lyrics down on paper? Like what's your creativity process?
I'm actually recreating my creativity process because
interesting.
Yeah, it's like I've kind of put myself in a box. Like I don't like to freestyle, but like I'm constantly freestyling in my head, and then I'm having to try to figure out like the best way to put it down.
Okay.
You know, at the time I don't have my own studio, so bro, right now it's just like I'll be going through something, or I have a mood, or just I don't know, just like in the mood for rapping. Like I just do something.
Okay.
And then most of the times I'll pen before I even hear a beat. And then I gotta find a beat
that's interesting.
Yeah, I gotta find a beat to match what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And here we go. That's it. And
yeah, that's real interesting. Well, also, if you had to describe your style of sound, somebody like How would you do that? Like, how would you pinpoint your style of sound, or can you pinpoint your sound and
Yeah.
style?
I'm unique, man.
Definitely.
I'm certainly not like, you know what I'm saying, your typical rapper, you know what you say. But I mean, I'm from the South, so you know what I'm saying. I talk like how I talk.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I talk like how I talk, and you know, but I enjoy lyricism too. So you know, I was able to combine that Southern grit, you know what I'm saying, and lyricism, and you know, I put those two together and created my own sound. Like, I don't think it's a sound like me. I haven't heard it yet.
Right. Well, that's interesting because you know, knowing I was gonna do the sit down with you, I sat down and put my ear to your recent project, man. I'm gonna throw out a few joints on there, man, that stuck out to me, man. I want you to speak on it for me. One of the first one that jumped out to me was "Let Me Vent." I see how you just came in with all bars. You just came with straight bars, just straight spit. Is that what you was trying to accomplish and get off your chest with that joint?
Yeah, man. I wrote that like in the height of COVID, like 2020, and man, I had lost my grandmother. I had thank you, brother. My business was failing. A lot of things was happening in my life, and like music to me is an outlet for me. It's therapeutic for me to be able to get what I'm going through out, you know, because a lot of people can't handle the pressures of life, and they find like the wrong ways to, you know, to escape that. But I was blessed to be able to use music, and Let Me Vent was just something I wanted to talk about. I saw what was happening in Athens with the drug epidemic, you know, a lot of violent crimes taking place, you know what I'm saying, to which my family fell victim to several times. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to be able to shed light on more than just that side of Athens, but like, you know, just, you know, bring a different side out. And it was a therapy session.
Also, you know, one of the big things about a tape is how you come in. That first track got to catch you, and his first track definitely did. Speak on that, Made for This.
Made for This, yes, sir. That's like my, man, like, that's my song. Like, that's one of the songs where I play it like, yeah, that song for me, bro.
So like that had described you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people gravitated towards it. Don't get me wrong, but like, that song for me, like, I play that song for me, like, when I ain't feeling my best, I play that song, man. That's the song I'm gonna perform for y'all later on.
Talk your talk.
Because that song, that's you know, free my brother, free my brother. That song is, you know, motivation for anybody that felt like life had counted you out, you know what I'm saying, and you felt like it might have been too late. It's just a motivation or reminder to just keep going. Like, ain't no need to quit, because eventually it's gonna be over for everybody. So if you quit before it's over with, you failed your mission. Right.
Good talk, man. New Money. Let me talk about that.
All right. So shout out to one of my producers, D Dilts, out there in Dallas, Texas. We did "NONY for President," which was like one of the first tracks that kind of started getting recognized that I did, and I liked his sound. So I went back to him. I was like, yo, man, let's follow it up with something else. And shoot, man, when I heard the beat, I was like, I don't want to just rap. Like, I want to attack this thing. I want to show what I can do. You know what I'm saying, as far as lyricism and delivery and the flow. You know what I'm saying. So New Money is another one, and it's kind of like, again, it's one of those prophetic things. It was like, I knew where music would take me, so it's like, yo, man, y'all gotta hear the song. I ain't gonna give none of that away.
Shout the project out, man. You'll be able to find the link to the project in, you know, in the bio, you know, the video when the video drop. But shout them out though. Shout the project out.
For sure. NONY is out on all platforms. Streaming on all platforms, as if you listen to Spotify, which I prefer myself. And then we got Apple Music, YouTube, whatever you listen to, NONY is it, and it's an acronym. It stands for
That's
No
what I'm
One
asking you
Needs
about.
You.
Okay.
No one needs you. It's a concept that I developed over a period of time. Like NONY is actually short for anonymous because
Okay, I was gonna get into this.
Yeah. So like at first I was like I just wanted to kind of be a writer. I want to be a writer, and I didn't want to be known like for it. So it was like let me just be anonymous. And but then over a period of time, like going through situations in life, I've watched certain people who, would say, I need you in my life, they would, stuff like that. And it's like a common thing, like people feel like they need, but it's like, yo, you came in this world by yourself and you're going to leave by yourself, right? So no one actually needs you. Like we find what we can benefit from people and then we attach to that until we can't benefit. Even if it's a factor of love. Like if I can't benefit from love from you no more, I'll detach myself from you, you know what I mean? So it's like no one actually needs you. But yeah, the project is just a collection. It's not really an album. It's more like a collection of music. I wanted to get out all my old music because I was going through something there, and again, I felt like it's pretty prophetic. So I just wanted to get the words in the atmosphere so that I can move on to bigger and better things.
Something, man, because I know you from the culture like me. What is hip hop to you?
Ooh, well, you got good questions, man. I don't mean to get too preachy, but like hip hop is powerful to me. Like if I had to describe hip hop with one word, it's powerful. Like with hip hop alone, you can build and destroy. Like you know what I mean? Like there's generations that came up off of the building type of hip hop, and then there are generations who are being destroyed by the destructive type of hip hop. And I think a lot of artists kind of negate that. Like they really don't take that seriously, and I get it, especially when it comes to providing for the people that you care for. A lot of times it's a by any means type of situation because of the type of climate that we come from.
Exactly.
And so I do understand that. I've made music like that, but like I stated earlier, like music is also therapeutic, and people tend to turn to music for therapy. And the wrong type of therapy could lead people down the wrong path.
It's good
so
talk.
For me, hip hop is it's a tool, and it's a very powerful tool. That's
Good talk. Good talk. Well, also, man, you spoke on the project you got out now. Let me hear your future plans for your future projects, man. And what you got in store with the music, going into the future.
Okay. Yeah. For sure, I already got another project recorded. Believe it or not. Been doing a lot of work, but definitely another project is on the way, and like a major single that we're trying to push.
Okay.
Currently, the NONY project, we're pushing the song Throw It. It's a bit of a club song, you know what I'm saying? So it's summertime, you know what I mean? Got to give them something for the dance to or whatever. So yeah, we got that, and I'm looking for a lot of opportunities. I'm working with a lot of artists out of Athens, I won't say no names yet because marketing.
I know how to.
Yeah. But definitely working with a few artists.
It's good talk.
Yeah.
Good talk. Well, also, man, this platform, man, it ain't just about hip hop, man. It's about man, movers and shakers in the town, man. Anybody who got something going, who moving positive, man. People who I think are interesting characters. And besides being a hip hop artist, man, we got an entrepreneur here too, man. I want you to speak on your business, man, and what led to that, man, and how long you been doing what you do, and how did you start doing what you do? Talk on that.
Yes, sir. NONY1, the rapperpreneur, man. That's
good talk.
You know what I'm saying? That's my term, rapperpreneur. But you referring to Cheesecake Topia.
Talk your talk.
Yeah, man. So this one. All right, so it's a little touchy for me, right?
Talk your talk, man. Man.
Yeah, I started the business like ground up. Like I remember the first order I got was I was working at Walmart, bro, third shift, and this pregnant lady, she was like, I want some cheesecake, and I always bake. Like that was
okay. So it's always been something you always did.
Yeah, my grandmother taught me when I was real young.
Okay.
So that was also therapeutic for me too. And I had showed her some pictures of cheesecake, and she was with it. She was like, yeah, if it tastes good, I'll pay for it. So, that kind of started the business. The name came, Cheesecake Topia, the slogan. And man, it was successful for a time, but hey, man, you know, when you're doing it, you know, out the mud, when you're doing it out the mud, it can get difficult. And I made a couple bad decisions. I wasn't as informed about business as I thought I was. So, you know, the business ultimately suffered because of that. And then COVID came, and you know, it was just hard for anybody during that time. And now, you know, again, not to get too personal, but that's what led me or pushed me into just giving my passion, my true passion, my all. You know, so I'm very grateful for Cheesecake Over. And it ain't over with, by the way. Right. It ain't over with. But being an entrepreneur is, even as an artist, I'm an entrepreneur. Like it's not just music, I'm a business. I'm incorporated. I incorporated myself. So, but like anybody can tell you, like restaurant business is like one of the hardest businesses around.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So, you know, again, I'm grateful for the lessons that I learned with it. It's still something that I'm most certainly going to invest in the future because it was a good product. People stand by it. I stand by it. It's a very good product. You know, it might take some rebranding or whatnot, but for sure, I enjoyed that experience.
All right, man. Good talk, man. Also, man, I want to ask you, man, how do you think that what do you think moves can be made on the Athens hip hop scene here, man? What do you think can be done for the scene to get pushed the way it need to get pushed to? Well, not only the hip hop culture, just you know the businesses around town, whatever. Because I know you multi-city, you know, I know what I'm saying. I know you've been off in other cities doing your thing too. What difference do you see like a move being made in other parts that you travel to compared to here in your hometown that people in your hometown might take, you know, to incorporate into what they do to make things move a little better for them?
All right, it's gonna sound foreign to a lot of people.
That was it for
It's gonna sound foreign to a lot of people, but like literally, it's the most simplest answer ever, and that's work together. Like you can get so much more done if you work together. Like I'm probably one of the only artists in the city. Like I'm not saying that I'm the only one, but I'm one of the only artists that don't got beef with nobody in the city.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
face card good as
face card good. I'm literally everywhere. I can go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what that allows me is more opportunities. I can work with all the different talents within the city, and we don't know who's gonna, because when it comes to the music industry now, we don't dictate what blows.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever people gravitate to,
that's it, yeah.
That's what pops. And so like I've developed so many different sounds by working with so many artists, and you know, that's got me where I have been so far, and I haven't even put in 100% effort up until now. So, you know, I look at other talents, not to discredit any achievements that they've gotten in the city, but like, I look at where they could have been, you know what I mean, had they worked together as a team, because that's how you get, like, New York has their own sound. Right. Atlanta got their own sound. Yeah. North Carolina now has their own sound. Like, you know, they got their sound. Florida, you know, Florida music when you hear it. You know what I mean? And Athens got its own sound.
The music and the talent it has never been a problem. I always say that. Yeah, that's never the problem. The talent and the music has always been here since our pioneers did what they did. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree totally. So I mean, like, that's just the beginning. You know, working together. You know, studio accessibility. Like, I've been here probably like maybe 2 months, like as a whole, like a collective, because I'm always on the go. But like as a collective for like 2 months, and you know, trying to book studio sessions is like almost impossible.
Right.
Yo, like I can show you the inboxes that's been unresponded. You know, and so you know, just having more accessibility for the creators, you know, on a music level, and just working towards a common goal to make a name for Athens. Because it's big enough alone. Like,
it is.
Like, we ain't got to ride on Atlanta.
Nah, we definitely don't, man. Good talk, man. And that's a good perspective, man. Definitely good perspective, man. Anything else you want to speak on before we roll up out of here, man? Talk your talk, it's your
platform. Free Gussie. First of all, free Gussie. Make sure y'all go download or stream NONY on all platforms. No One Needs You. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. I want to thank you, brother, for allowing this platform. And man, whatever you do, like, don't give up. Like, straight up, whatever it is, what you feel like your mission in life, find out what your mission is in life, and then go after it with everything that's in you. Like, you know what I mean? You have to, 100%. And I always say this: step 1 is to know your worth. Step 2 is to charge for it. If you don't know your worth, people will put a value on you. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't define what your worth is, somebody else will. And then it'll be hard for you to put a price on it. You know what I mean? So, step 1, know your worth. Step 2, charge for it.
Good talk, man. Good talk, man. Want to shout him out, man. My boy NONY1, man. What is it? No One Needs You. That's a nice acronym, man. I appreciate you sliding through here, man. Talking your talk with me, man. You know what I'm saying,
Appreciate you having me.
Like I say, man, that's what it's about, man. Trying to put the shine, man, on the characters around town, man. Interesting guy, man. And I wanted to pick his brain, man. I wanted y'all to get to know more about him, what he had going on, man. As usual, man, I'm your host, Billy D. Braille, a.k.a. Mr. Talk It, a.k.a. the voice box of the culture, man. You tuned into another installment of Talk Your Talk, and this is Talk It TV. Yeah.
I was just down and bumming, now I'm up and I'm looking like something. You ain't believe me, you thought I was bluffing. I bet when you see me, you sick to your stomach. You had my heart and you played me. I had your back and you traded. I put you first, you betrayed me. And faked it, then you faded. Now I'm elevated. I done came up on that base, covering all of my base. Might put the ice in the brace, might take a fight out the face. I had to stay down with patience. Now I'm sick with the sauce, I'm a patient. With your crushes, she say I'm a favorite. I'm in the gusto, she call me a baby. I'm a hustler, born in the 80s. Run with an army and navy. 2 at a time, how they pay me. Learn from my loss, so you cannot play me. D free down around with no breaks. HDOG forever and a day. Get money to vision, so many cake. Free gutsy on cage, that way. Yeah, and I want it all. For the time and the money I lost. For the time I was blind and got crossed. Yeah. I want it all. Knew all the time that it came with a cost. So I want it all. Yeah, I want it all. I want it all. Yeah, I want it all. The pain ain't shit to me, I felt the lie. When it come to money, I'm like a dealership, I need a lie. Had to get rid of my excuses, they was holding me back. Life is about what you choose to do, whatever you get. Know a nigga came up also till he was pushing excited. Too many people in his circle, fingers point like a dot. And that judge would rather throw the book at him than send him to college. Cause he ain't from, we from, to understand he just a product of all he's ever known. I know you. Hey, I know life might got you down right now, but you gotta keep your head up. You gotta believe that you got a purpose on this earth that you gotta fulfill. So just hold on and keep going. You need. Hold on. And say this with me. That way. Yeah. And I want it all. For the time and the money I lost. For the time I was blind and got crossed. Yeah. I want it all. Knew all the time that it came with a cost. So I want it all. Say, I want it all. I want it all. Yeah, I want it all.